Alright y'all, Peep game. Last year was one of the biggest, if not the greatest year in One Piece history. I mean, we've had some amazing fights take place in Wano last year, from Sanji versus Queen to Zoro versus King, and even Nico Robin was throwing hands. But the biggest fight of all, of course, had to be Luffy versus Kaido. This fight literally broke the internet with what probably has to be the greatest revival of all time. And unless you've been living in Impel Down, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's right, Luffy unlocked Gear 5th in his fight against Kaido and basically came out the gate like a tomb monster straight from Pegasus's deck. I mean, Oda did the unthinkable and gave this man literal cartoon powers on that Looney Tunes type beat and single-handedly revived the Big Three debate. And what better way for Luffy to show off his new powers than in his fight that we're discussing today? And as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, you already know who we're up against. Luffy versus Lucci, the rematch. These two juggernauts pulled up to Egghead to run the fade a second time 2 years after their legendary fight in Enies lobby. And can we just stop to appreciate how much Oda cooked in that first fight? To see Luffy use Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd for the first time against probably his most toughest enemy to save Nico Robin was nothing short of incredible. And that final scene where Luffy gave it his all in that final Gatling after Lucci damn near put him into a pack was, chef's kiss. But things are different this time. Luffy was officially named a Yonko, and Lucci gained a promotion within the feds and was placed into none other than CP0. The same organization that indirectly helped revive Joy Boy when Luffy got smoked by Kaido. Good job, world government. You were able to royally fuck things up again for, I don't know, the 1700th time. Good job on your part. But Lucci will be able to turn things back around, right? I mean, he is the head honcho of CP0 and he should be able to bring home a solid dub for the world government, right? So Lucci and the rest of CP0 pull up to Egghead to drop off the Seraphim while also carrying out a classified mission to pack up Vegapunk and seize Punk records for the world government. But Albert Einstein was able to peep game and ask Luffy to carry him off the island since he gained that Emperor badge back in Wano after piecing up Kaido and sending him straight to hell. And while Vegapunk had a few CB sink their ships as a warning shot to leave the island, Lucci and the gang used the Kuma Seraphim to teleport directly onto the island and begin Operation Braindead. And without wasting any time, Mega Man comes in to save the day and delivers a Detroit smash. But Lucci isn't amused and he takes off his shirt like he's entering into the ring to fight against Tank Davis and transforms into Sabor from Tarzan before dodging her attack and takes the stance like he's summoning Maharaga and hits her with the Hadouken, sending a massive shockwave straight to her dome and giving her CTE. Damn, my boy, you didn't have to do her that dirty. She was only trying to give you a little birthday lick and you done went and gave her a whole concussion. Meanwhile, we see Luffy running past with a baddie over his shoulders and his op senses start tingling. He recognizes that pigeon from anywhere. And wait, what's this? Is that Astro Boy laid out on the ground with her brains blown out? Not when she just fed me and the homies a $5 biggie bag. Nah, Luffy's like, I have to get my get back for the homie. Plus, I wanted to get back at you for what you almost did to Robin, nigga. Lucci's teammates try to warn him not to just jump into things and wait on HQ for the green light, but Lucci's like, nah, I've been waiting to get this bitch ass nigga since Enies lobby. You should have just listened to your homies, my boy. Out the gate, Luffy rushes Lucci and they clash at a standstill before we get some clean ass taijutsu and they break it off to clear out the warm up. But hold up. Run that shit back, Turbo. If you look closely, you can see the crazy ass face Luffy has this man making already, and you can just tell from this face alone where this fight is about to go. But they start cowboy walking towards each other while sticking out their middle fingers and start to see who could poke each other in the eye first. And Luffy tries to sneak Lucci, but he comes in with a clean dodge and hits him with a falcon punch and sends him flying before we get one of the most iconic stances of all time. Luffy is taking us all the way back with his legendary Gear 2 pose as we kick things off with round 2. And without wasting any time, Luffy digs deep like Goku did against Majin Buu, and we start to hear none other than the drums from the Like That remix with Ye. Those shit start slapping harder than the Kendrick verse, and Luffy starts to go Tarzan, sending black lightning flying everywhere like he's fighting in a 1v1 against Sukuna. His hair and clothes start to turn white like his first name's Walter, and from here, we've officially entered Toon World, Yugi boy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, enter Gear 50. Lucci can just only stand there in complete awe and wonder what the hell is going on. But before I can even finish this next sentence, ooh, and Luffy instantly mollywops this nigga and sends him flying back 100 yards like he's trying out for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Luffy is definitely chiefing on this nigga and instantly rolled him up like a candy I used to eat, but he's not even taking the fight seriously in the slightest. But Lucci isn't just gonna let that one slide. Nah. He comes out of the rubble and transforms into Chester Cheeto, and we finally get to see Lucci's long-awaited awakening. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, Oda definitely cooked with this one, making my mans look like he just escaped out of Zootopia. And Tony the Tiger starts darting back and forth to throw Luffy off his game, but he was able to hit the reaction command in time and slaps his ass while telling Lucci to come kiss it. And wait, pause, my nigga. For one grown man to tell another grown-ass man to come give his ass a kiss is absolutely insane. Me personally, I can never take that level of disrespect. And I ain't gonna lie, Luffy got a little bit of cakes on him. my bad. So look, Lucci starts chasing after Luffy all over the town of Retroville, and they go back and forth like they're starring in Tom and Jerry, but Lucci can't seem to lay a paw on Luffy, who ricochets off a building, and we get one of the hardest hockey clashes in the series. The animators went into debt animating that shit because they were able to match the Enies Lobby vibes blow for blow. And boom! Both of these titans send each other flying into separate skyscrapers, and we start to gear up for round 3. Lucci goes back in for another round of cat and mouse, but Luffy isn't taking the fight seriously in the slightest, and he starts bouncing around like he's a 3-year-old in a bouncy house at the hood birthday party, and he comes up with the why yada and slams his fist into the ground to gut check Lucci worse than Vegeta in his fight against Kid Buu. But Lucci rebounds and pulls off an air slice, which Luffy clumsily dodges and goes in like Muscle Bob SquarePants for a direct attack, but Lucci is way too quick and instantly dodges, sending Luffy into a palm tree like they're fighting on Ocean Drive. So Luffy says, I bet, and he bounces off the tree, sending himself soaring straight at Lucci's chest and headbutts him, sending him flying like he's going to meet the Robinsons. Ladies and gents, this fight is officially looking like a blowout. Lucci just can't seem to keep himself in the ring while Luffy is out here fighting like Benjamin Whittaker. And while Luffy is goofing around knowing that he's in a whole different tax bracket, Lucci comes out and sneaks Big Punch, instantly smoking him in order to take control over the Seraphims. Who's next? Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a savage. Sentomaru thought he could avoid being packed up, but Lucci hit him with the okie doke, and you can see the bloodlust in his eyes as he sliced him up worse than a Michael Myers movie. This of course sets Luffy off and he starts to go Roadrunner and rushes Lucci, who just casually dodges and counterattacks with a meat check and sends him straight into the stratosphere. But Luffy goes full on Space Jam and tells Lucci to come suck his toes like his nickname Sexy Red, and he puts his crusty ass feet all up in the camera before hitting him with the nigga no slave whip it. Yo, Luffy, just chill, my boy. You straight wildin' in this video. And he sends Lucci back to Africa while at the same time he turns into the Tasmanian devil and drills himself straight into a hole on a one-way trip into the gulag. At this point, I have no clue where the hell this fight's gonna go next. But he's not going down without a fight. Lucci comes out with barely a scratch on him and he goes back in to finish off Sentomaru, but before he could even get the chance, Luffy pops out of the ground like he's celebrating Groundhog's Day and he goes in and try and take a chomp out of Lucci like he's a hungry hippo. But Lucci's like, Cheetos aren't on the menu. And he leaps out of the way, gaining a full court advantage, but Luffy sees through the facade and shoots off a bunch of pop rocks, causing Lucci to lose his footing, and he slides right past this nigga before he gains a bright idea and it's like, I've got something better. It looks like Luffy watched too much SmackDown vs. Raw as a kid because he hangs off this tube like Triple H hanging off the ropes. And he turns his hair into goggles he uses to lock in and instantly blisses this man Lucci while at the same time giving this nigga PTSD and flashbacks of Enia's lobby. Nigga no. Family package. That shit was so crazy that animators had to show it to you from 3 separate angles. Luffy rocks this nigga with the pocket rocket and whams him so hard, he sends him flying for the 3rd time back to back in the same video. And in the case of Luffy versus Lucci, Luffy wins. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a certified wash from the jump. Lucci really thought he was him after unlocking his awakening, but Luffy had to remind him why he's in the big 3. Gear 5th is one of the most overpowered transformations we've seen in a long time, and Oda definitely cemented Luffy back into the big 3 debate. But you guys let me know in the comments who will win in a 3-way 1v1 royale. Byron mode Naruto, fully awakened Ichigo, or Gear 5th Luffy. I won't lie to you, I think Luffy is taking home the dub. But as always, I have more content on the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.